Vince here. Happy Sunday. God bless to all you guys, man. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Of course, we got our boy Russ here as well, who is just now joining us. How are we doing today, Russ? God willing.
Oh man, it's happy Sunday, blessings. Because the Pacers are gonna need all the blessings they can get today. Because the Thunder, they're storming back. Game 2. Let's go.
Yes, indeed, you guys. We were definitely blessed with a great game one showing between the Thunder and the Pacers. It was looking kind of lopsided for majority of the game. We know the story. The Thunder were up for 47 minutes and 57 seconds. But the last 3 seconds was owned by the Pacers, thanks to the heroism and the game winner by the what the helly Tyrese Halliburton. We got some great takes to talk about today, but of course, if you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you do enjoy our content, hit a thumbs up, a like. It's free. We, of course, appreciate the support. That's all we're really going to get into it. However, if you do want to keep up with the videos, go ahead and hit the notification bell as well. That way you can keep up with any future posts that we do. All right, Russ. Now, of course, we are going with a list of questions that he has prepared for us today. Just like the viewer, I'm going to be
Yeah.
watching this for the first time as well. So we're going to see what
Uh-huh.
he came up with today.
All right. Well, first off, before we get into that question, you're giving the Thunder too much credit because they didn't even have 3 seconds. They had 0.3 seconds.
Oh, you're right. You are absolutely right. Thank you for the fact check. We can always count on Russ to fact check me. But you're right. They literally only led by 0.3 seconds, basically. So go figure. Not 3 seconds, but 0.3 seconds.
Dude, I mean, the thing is in the NBA, last shot with 3 seconds left, that's a lot. That's actually a lot of time. You got enough time to get a dribble and a shot off with 0.3. Even the commentators were, talking about it like, oh yeah, they have enough time to get a shot off. I was like, no, everybody knows it's 0.7 seconds, usually minimum to get a shot off. 0.3 seconds is usually only a tip in. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with Vince. Who's under the most pressure game 2? Is it the Pacers? Is it the Thunder? Is it both?
That's a great question. I think the obvious one has to be the Thunder because, like I said, we saw a lot on the TV where the analysts on the panel that day were talking about how the team that wins game one often wins the NBA Finals 70% of the time. It was looking like the Thunder were going to be making their first championship for that franchise up until that 12-2 run that the Indiana Pacers went on for the last like 3 or 4 minutes, I want to say, of the fourth quarter and ended up taking game one. Now that they've taken game one could argue that even if they did lose this game, they still got home court. And we know how the Pacers play at home, even compared to the road. They've been really good on the road, but they've been really good at home, just like the Thunder have. And I think without a doubt, it's the Thunder. If the Thunder go down 0-2, it's not to say that it's over, but it's definitely a difficult climb back up after literally losing game one the way that they did. Russ, what's your take?
Well, Vince, my take would be the Thunder. It tonight is a must win. I would even go as far as to say that if they lose tonight, it is over because the Thunder haven't lost a back-to-back, and please fact check me, but I don't think they've lost a back-to-back game all year. So, and I'm just trying to think about it here. I mean, the Thunder really have to really make those adjustments for game 2. We're going to really see how good of a coach Dagnall is because he's been praising his players. And I think that game 1 really was just like, if the Thunder is really are as good as they have proven to us this season, game 1 sometimes is a feel out game. And if you lost the game by that 1 point, I'm not too worried about my pick being in jeopardy for the Thunder winning. But mentally, losing game 2 and both games at home is pretty much the knife to the heart. Like, I don't think you're coming back from that because I don't know how well this Thunder team, as in the role players, are going to play on the road in the finals. Now, they have, stolen some games on the road here in the playoffs, but really, it's going to be about SGA and it's going to be about, can he be efficient? Can he pass the ball? Can he do all those things to get his teammates going? It's going to be interesting to see his aggressiveness starting the game because that's going to really set the tone. Because SGA, he wasn't happy. He left the court as soon as that game hit 0-0. Now, I mean, I don't know how many times people stick around during the finals and actually dap the other players up. It's a little weird, even when LeBron does it in that Minnesota Timberwolves series. Of course, I'm bringing up the Lakers, but it's just, like to me, it's like, okay, bro, like LeBron, I love you, but don't dap up the players in the middle of the playoffs series. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know if that's your way of like trying to get into like making it a little bit easier, like making things more comfortable, maybe getting the other team, on edge or something like that. But like, I just don't like that. So for SGA to leave the court pissed off, I like to see that because I'm like, okay, he's locked in. He's pissed. He did everything he could with 38 points. Now, was it with 30 shot attempts? Like, yeah, it was. But Vince, I have a question. Does SGA have to pass the ball more or just be more efficient?
Another good question by our boy Russ. I want to say he needs to be more balanced. Taking 30 shot attempts just because you can doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. And one could argue, hey, they were up by as much as 15 in the fourth quarter. Actually, I think it was 16. They should have not lost the game. Well, if you paid attention to that run that the Pacers went on, a lot of that had also involved SGA forcing the occasion. There was a lot of missed shots that he had, a lot of missed layups. And then it got to the point where he was so frustrated that we saw his foul baiting ways happening all over again. We saw him literally try to draw a foul on Nimhart, frustrated, and then had the audacity to push him. But thankfully, Nimhart came back and pushed him back, which is a little fun, back and forth. Clearly, these guys, they're boys. They're on Team Canada. They know each other very well. But it's just interesting to see, that side of SGA that we don't really see that often. I don't know if it's fabricated or if it's real. But I do think that he needs to have more balance. You can't just force the occasion on your own. You got to get Chet involved for sure. Chet only had 6 points. You're not going to get it done that way. And then Jalen Williams was very inefficient. I think he was like 6 for 16. There were a lot of times where he kind of forced the occasion in the first half, even though they were up. He didn't seem in rhythm. And I think that as a leader, your most important quality is not how well you get off to a start, but how well you're able to get the rest of your teammates involved as well. What's your take on that, Russ?
Vince, that's a good question. I had to think about it too because I'm like sitting here thinking SGA scoring 38 points, that's great, and I think that they obviously could have won the game. I mean, obviously one more basket from him or from his teammates would have won them the game. SGA, if you want to play the way you're playing and hope to win the game, you better hope that the role players be scoring points or at least not giving up as many points, which is, I'd say, more like you need to score more points than not be scored upon as much because that game, I mean, the Thunder, we know it has like the number one defense and the Pacers have number one offense. So it's like clearly we can tell that like the Thunder, they don't have any problem with defense most of the time. It's okay, like now that you're in the finals, it's a different beast. Are you going to be able to score? Because like you said it, Chet having 6 points. I mean, dude almost had as many points as he does letters in his name. And that doesn't go to say much, man. He's got only 4 letters in his name. So it's like, bro, like you gotta I don't know if it's just it doesn't seem like they were getting him involved. I don't know if there was too many shots that I seen him. I think okay, yeah, he went for like 2 for 9, but like, you know, you're basically like their center. So it's like you gotta go ask for the ball down low and get them points because you're not the type of player to get the ball and start moving around and then like creating, offense for yourself. You got to just ask for the ball down low, or get in some situations where you're boxing your man out. Like, bro, you're how tall are you? Box the man out down low and then either get a rebound and then put it back up. We've seen him do it time and time again. So it's like I don't think that there's any reason to believe that he can't do it. Now, Vince, was this more about the Pacers win or a Thunder bad game?
I think this was more about a Pacers win because one of the reasons why I chose them in game one was literally because I was paying attention to their historic playoff run. I mean, again, I kind of brought up the point that what they did in game one was no different than what they've done all postseason long, starting with the Bucks. They gentlemen swept them. You had a Halliburton game winner to literally take it over. They were trying to force a game six to Milwaukee. If most people remember that series, they were not having that. They went on a crazy run at the last second and then ended up just closing them out. Then you had the Cavaliers. Cavaliers game one was, a dub as well. But it was game two that we saw Halliburton with another game winning 3 this time. And we saw that one go 5 as well. And then you see the Knicks, like even though the Knicks forced it to a game 6, one could argue that they had already kind of knew that the writing was on the wall when you're up 3-1 a lot of the times. I mean, unless you got LeBron James on your team, chances of you coming back is not that, common. But at the same time, you saw another iconic Halliburton game winner in that series as well. And then fast forward to game one. I mean, no one could have truly predicted it was going to happen that early in the final series. But at the same time, you knew that this team had it in them. You knew that this team literally forces you to play a full 48 minutes of good, clean basketball. And it was very telling and clear that the Thunder, they started very well. They got up by 15, 16. And then next thing you know, the Pacers did what the Pacers did. They went on a 12-2 run to finish the whole game. And the funniest thing about all of it, Russ, just so we can kind of speed it up here, it's so funny when you look at that play again and you see the fans' reactions as well as like other people who had recorded themselves watching it. And a lot of them who are like Thunder fans, you could see like as soon as SJ missed that layup and as soon as the ball literally got in Tyrese Halliburton's hands, everybody knew what was about to go down. Everybody knew that he was about to do something special because he's been doing it all postseason. So I think it's definitely a lot more about the Pacers win than it is about just the Thunder having a bad game. What about you?
Oh, sorry.
All right. I guess we're gonna make a guest. We're gonna have a guest appearance on the show for a pick. We're calling in a buddy. All right, babe.
Lifeline.
This is Phone a Friend for the NBA Finals edition. All right, babe. You're live. You don't need to.
Don't do your wife like that.
You don't need to. You just need to see who are you choosing for game 2, Thunder or Pacers?
Obviously the Thunder. Ain't no way the Pacers are winning 2 in a row. Sorry, Vince. I love you, but it's not happening. Am I right? I'm so right. And when they do win,
hold on. Bring that phone a little closer.
And maybe a trip to Vegas. I don't know what's in the future.
So I want to make sure you can repeat that, Russ, for the audience to hear because it was a little hard to hear. Did she say there's no way the Pacers are going to be winning game 2, basically?
Yeah.
I mean, OKC obviously winning game 2.
Yeah.
Obviously. Oh, okay.
Show of hands. No one.
You know what? I hope the audience heard a little bit of that. It probably wasn't as good because I have a background noise, but babe, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. I'll message you in about like 10.
Hey, tell her she's gonna want to tune in. Tell her she's gonna want to tune into what I'm about to say right now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna have to text me what you said, and then I can forward that to Vince, and I can
Hey,
read it
tell her
aloud
she's gonna want to tune into what
when
I
you
got to
get a
say
chance. When you
right
get a
now.
chance. Well, no. Vince heard some of it, just not all of it. But I'll just paraphrase it. Yeah, no worries. I'll talk to you soon, but drive safe.
Okay, love
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
She
She said, "Love
said,
you
"Not a
guys."
chance.
She said, "Love you guys." But
Not
yeah,
a
so
chance."
she
Wow.
said, "Not a chance. Thunder are winning tonight." There you have it. The Thunder
All
are
right.
winning tonight.
And
But
when you talk to a couple, their pick is their pick together. It's not just one or the other; it's their pick together.
hey, audience, you got to understand this right here. She's the Celtics fan. I'm the Lakers fan. So you already know we got the beef in the house. We be like Arby's. We got the meats. The beef.
Oh, big pause. Big pause for the audience. Hold up now. All right, so let's go on to the next topic.
Wait. No. Hold on a second. To bring
I was
it
trying to
back
save you
here, to bring it back here, the
real quick.
Thunder were the ones to have the bad game here, man. I mean, we're talking about an epic collapse of historic proportions, man. You can't be up more than 15 points in the fourth quarter and then lose the game on a Halliburton's getting the damn ball, man. What you did all game, double team him. Let somebody else shoot the ball, man. What are you doing? I don't care if you have to have Obi Toppin shoot the ball. I don't care if you have to have Andrew Nimhart shoot the ball. Double team, triple team, Halliburton, but get the ball out of his hands. Like, what are we doing here? Have you not been watching the playoffs? That's what's insane to me. Like, how are you not having any coach player discussions that, like, hey, all right, if it comes down to a close game, Halliburton gets the ball, get the ball out of his hands. It's not like he got it half court. He got it behind the line and then ran up it, like you had so much time. But you know what? My question, Vince, is to you. Halliburton making another game winner in game 2? Is he?
I don't think it's going to come to that. I'm actually going to not postpone this question, but I'm going to actually answer this question with what exactly the Pacers need to do to win game 2. Because like your wife said, apparently everybody is just like, oh, game 1 was a fluke, right? So I've come up with 6. And you're going to want to tune into this, especially after the results of this game, right? I've come up with 6 specific things the Pacers have to do in order to take game 2. The first thing, they have to dramatically reduce the turnovers. It's no surprise they had 19 turnovers in that first half, ended the game with 24 turnovers in that overall in the game, but they still managed to pull off a win. They need to cut down those turnovers in a half or better to avoid giving OKC extra possessions. That was the number one. Number 2, they have to dominate the boards. We did see that they out-rebound OKC as well, 56-39 in game 1, including 13 offensive rebounds. They were able to maintain rebounding dominance. And if they can do that again in this game, specifically in the transition points, and keep Indiana offense flowing, which they get up and down with that pace a lot, they'll do good. Number 3, they have to take advantage of the Thunder size balance. If OKC adjusts to include more size, the Pacers need to counter by either using physicality, front court play, which we've seen all the time with Nimhart as well as Neesmith. And then they also need to see if they can exploit mismatches, which, they're quick guards like Halliburton, Siakam, Toppin. I know they're not guards, but they do have mismatches with those 3 specific players. They'll be good. Number 4, they have to sustain offensive ball movement and short variety. So in game 1, they turned on a 26-10 run in the fourth, driving by sharp ball movement and perimeter shooting. They were very efficient in the last game. Sequences again could decide really the game 2 outcome. Number 5, and this is going to be really difficult because we've seen Mr. MVP himself this year, SGA, really put up numbers, but you got to try to force SGA to work harder, right? Yeah, he did take up 30 shots, but he did make almost half of them. He was efficient, as efficient as you can be with those attempts, but at the same time, you want to make him work, make him earn everything. And after seeing game 1, we saw that the refs were allowing a lot of physicality. They were able to not, call these BS calls that we've seen a lot of times where he's clearly trying to foul bait, trying to force the occasion. So, if you can try to allow him to not explode for like 38 points again, that'd be nice, Pacers. That's a great strategy. Just make him work for his points. And then lastly, lean on your depth in your rotation. We know we've heard a lot about the Thunder having this great depth, but in reality, their depth hasn't really been all that great, at least in the finals for game one. We don't know if they're going to turn it up for game two or not. They do say that usually your bench shows up better on your home court, but arguably so far, the bench for the Pacers have been a lot better on the road right now. And, they do have clearly the two deepest depths in the finals that we've seen in quite a while, but Indiana should preserve energy through bench contribution, keeping legs fresh for crunch time like they did in this matchup for game one, allowing Halliburton to make the game winner, allowing Obi Toppin, a bench player coming off to bring in scoring when you need it the most. Those are the 6 keys for the Pacers to win game two, in my opinion. So I don't think it's going to have to come to a Halliburton game winner. I just think that if they hit those 6 keys, or at least 4 out of those 6, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least 4 or 5 out of those 6, they're going to come away with a game to win, and they're going to shock more people once again. That's my take.
There you have it, guys. Now I'm gonna say this with a little bit of preface that this game is important for the Thunder, but one would say it is just as important for the Pacers, because obviously if the Pacers can get game two, they're putting themselves in a really good position to go back home for the next 2 games. And if they win those 2 games, they sweep the Thunder, and that would be insane. Now, Vince, brother, I love you, but you're deleting all my banners, bro.
We're running out of time.
You deleted my one banner. No, I'm bringing this back up.
Bro, when I saw that banner, I really was like, this guy did not just have me try to say this on camera. Like, what? Can we just show the audience the last banner, please? Please, can we do that?
What happened to my banner, though?
All right.
You don't. Okay. All right.
No,
all right.
Why don't you just say it? Just say it. We don't have to show it.
True.
Let's just say it.
True. I mean, all right. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna do that to you if you don't want me to.
No, I don't mind. Let's hear it. I just don't want the banner. Let's hear what you had to say. Let's tell the audience what you want to say.
All right. No, man. What got me really excited for doing the video after game one is when you sent me, or when I saw that video of you, screaming at the TV. It was just like that exciting moment that a lot of people from Indiana were probably feeling the same thing. Now, dang, man, this time I'm going to have my camera ready in the last 60 seconds of this game pointed at my face, and you better do the same, because if it's a close game and it comes down to another one of those shots, man, dude, I might just do a backflip, and I don't even know how to do a backflip.
Don't break your neck on that, boy.
Yeah, no. It might just be a mental backflip because there ain't no physical around here.
Right.
So last thing here is game two predictions.
You go first.
I'll start with first. So obviously we had already talked about it in the previous video. I would say that the Thunder win game two convincingly by 15 or more. That's what I had said before, and that's what I'm sticking with now. So yeah, I mean, it just comes down to you got to make those adjustments. It's just slight adjustments, and also you've already you know how they play, so now you're going to be able to go in with that mindset. There's a reason why the Thunder haven't lost 2 games in a row, because they can adjust, and what it comes down to is those adjustments, and also not blowing a 15-plus lead in the fourth quarter. You just can't have that. I mean, that's all. I mean, that's really all I got, Vince. It's you. It's all you here.
All right. Well, I know I shocked a lot of people with my game one prediction. But at the same time, I felt very convicted with my prediction for a reason. And I may shock some other people with my prediction here again. Yes, I'm not a Pacers fan. Yes, I'm not a Thunders fan. This is all just pure basketball knowledge and awareness as much as possible, right? And so, with that being said,
I know what you're gonna say.
Pacers in
I,
2. Let's
I
go,
knew you were
baby.
gonna say that.
Game
Uh,
2. They're going to shock the world once again. They're going to take and be greedy and be needy, and they're going to get game 2 in OKC. And you know what? When the results come up, I want all of you naysayers in the comment section down below, because we're going live for this one. Oh, yes, we are. We're going live once again. So if you don't believe in the Naptown, baby, I don't want to hear it. Actually, I do, because you're going to hear it from me. So I got Pacers game 2. Let's get it.
Vince, hold on a second. I might need to incorporate a clip from the last video. You had Thunder game 2. What was the switch up here?
The switch up is very simple. I believe in Tyrese Halliburton a little bit more than I believe in the Thunder. I believe the Pacers are on a legendary run. And what I don't want to do is be on the wrong side of history. I think the Pacers are going to shock a lot of people. And I think that they're greedy. Now, even if they didn't take game 2 for some reason, I'm not even worried. They did their job by getting home court in game 1. I just think after seeing what happened, I didn't see the video before, right? When we went live, I didn't see the video what Tyrese said to his teammates as the leader. He said, let's be greedy. Let's get 2. That's the difference. That's true leadership. That's true confidence. After getting that game 1, I truly believe the confidence of the Pacers is at an all-time high. They know that they belong. They know that they can run with anybody in this league, especially the Thunder, after what they did. And I think they got it in them. That's the difference.
I really wish this was a Thunder cup so that I could be sipping on my cup, showing you just like flexing a little bit. But the thing is bro, so what you're saying here is you're giving the Pacers a more likely chance of winning 2 games in Oklahoma than you are the. So you're saying that the Thunder actually have a better chance of winning a game in Indiana than they do at home, or unless you think this is a sweep, is that what you think? This is a sweep?
Nah, man. I think it's very simple. I just think that it's not surprising if the Pacers go in and win 2 games on road. They've already done it against the Cavs. They've already done it against the Knicks. So, yeah, I just think that it's not surprising if the Pacers were to win 2 games on the road. They were built like that. This team is using the power of friendship, as they said. And just like the Thunder are, I just think that there's a lot more experience than's being said on the Pacers. You got Pascal Siakam, who has won a championship. And yes, I know I did not say Alex Caruso, but Alex Caruso didn't have the same role as Pascal Siakam had. That's what I meant. The other biggest thing is the coaching. Rick Carlisle has won a championship already as a coach. And a very fun fact, shout out to my boy Jeff, if you're tuned into this video this late, he actually brought to my attention that there was only one team that had come back the way that they did from 15 in a NBA Finals. And you want to know who the coach that led that? Rick Carlisle. When he was coaching the 2011 Dallas Mavericks, who came back against the LeBron James Heatles back then. So if there's any person that I trust the most in these bigger moments to make adjustments, just like we saw in game 1, is Rick Carlisle. I'm going to put some respect on his name because not a lot of people are, but I said what I said. Tune in.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. You have a real mic, Mince.
I'm not going to do that. It's expensive.
Yeah, you're supposed to pretend drop it and then catch with the other.
It's too heavy.
All right.
It's too heavy.
That's it, folks. That's all we have today. Thanks for tuning in to the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast again. Thank you guys. This is with your boy Vince and your boy Russ. If you guys haven't liked or subscribed to this channel, because a lot of you who have been watching these videos, have not been subscribed to the channel. Like I said, we really appreciate all the support and love that you guys give to us. So I'm going to leave a call to action in the comments when this video is posted. Who do you got for game 2? And do you think that Halliburton does another game winner? Let me know. You guys have a good day, and go Thunder.
Nap down, baby.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast, where we bring you the hottest NBA moments, discussions, and everything in between. If you like today's show, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a Courtside Podcast again.